So now we've done the touristy part of Lincoln. We're here at the very top of the high street. I'm going to take you from here all the way to the very bottom of the high street now, as far as a place called North Highcombe. But we're going to do several stops along the way. The first one is I spoke to you earlier about the fact that there's 4 sections to the high street. Steep hill here at the top, the high street pedestrianised zone, the high street unpedestrianised zone but still full of shops, and Newark Road. And we've done everything apart from Newark Road. We're going to start at the top of Newark Road at a place called Cliff Hill, which is about halfway between here and where I used to live, because that's the site of my old secondary school. Right, we are what I would call at the bottom of the hill, and this is Cliff Hill. You see up there in that direction, we're still on the same road. This is the high street still, but it's now called Newark Road. Across here, there used to be an Esso garage there, and that was as late as 1998, 1999, because we used to be dropped off here, and we used to sometimes buy something to eat there before walking up the hill to school. They had a silly thing that you were only allowed 3 school children into the property at once because they hated school children. So it's Saturday. I'm going to walk up the hill and talk to you about things. We'll start with this area at the bottom here, which is sort of known as St Catherine's, and the reason it's known as St Catherine's is because there used to be a monastery here called St Catherine's. It was somewhere behind these houses here. It no longer exists, not even as a ruin, it's just not there. And if we go around this corner, you can see on the other side this area of land here, and it runs all the way up the hill on that side, and it's known as the South Common. And it's where we used to do things like running events for school. We used to run around the common. Anyway, so when I first arrived, well, I'll tell you a bit about the school first. School is called, or was called, the Lincoln School of Science and Technology. It became shortened to LSST, and then it became the Priory LSST, and then it became the Priory Academy when the last Labour government tried to combine lots of schools. It's built on the site of an old girls' school called South Park, which closed in the 80s, was re-renovated, and it launched as the Lincoln School of Science and Technology in September of 1992. I joined in 1993, so you can imagine when I first joined the school, there was only 1 year above us. It was a much sought after school, because it was new, because it had grade A teachers, and because it was a grant maintained wave of technology schools. This wall has been rebuilt since my time here, but anyway, yes, it was the first of a wave of grant maintained schools with a special sort of science and technology college status. We were constantly reminded by Mr. Davis, the first head of maths. He was, oh gosh, I think boot camp sergeant. He was a nasty piece of work if you crossed him. And he would constantly remind us that for every one of us there were 2 or 3 school children in Lincoln who had been turned away. How I got in, I'll never know. I'll never know. I mean, the catchment area was huge because the school was so young at the time. I went through an interview to get there. So, me being there guaranteed when the school was older and the catchment area shrank, that my sisters could gain a place there if they so desired, because I had a place there. Both of them did. Now, getting here was slightly difficult because Lincoln has changed its bus routes and the numbers associated with them. There used to be 3 bus routes between here and Swallowbeck. One of them was called the 27. That still runs almost the same way, and that will go Newark Road, and then it turns off and goes down Highcombe Road. There was the 24, which went down Newark Road, all the way down Newark Road. That no longer exists, but a sort of similar one to that goes all the way down Tritton Road, that never existed before. And then there was the 4, which used to go Newark Road, Doddington Road, Birchwood. And that still runs, but I think it avoids Newark Road by going sort of round the DeWint area, which I don't know if it did before. And of course it's a different number now. I think it's 66 or 46 or 64 or something stupid like that. Anyway, not to worry. So when I first came here, I was used to be driven up the hill and dropped off. When my sisters started to arrive, we used to get dropped off at the bottom by the Esso garage, and we used to walk up here every day, and most of the time we used to walk back down and catch a bus home from the bus stop that I showed you before. Before then, they did do school buses, and I'll never forget, it was the 643. I think there were 2 different buses, one that sort of went south towards Birchwood, and one that went north. And I have a feeling one was 642, one was 643. Don't ask me why. And ours was a 643. So there we are. Anyway, we're coming up on the school very shortly here. It's Saturday, and I imagine everything will be locked up. So there won't be a lot to see, but I thought I'd show you it anyway.